Good morning everybody. Well, my new Fitbit strap has turned up now, so it's all on loose and with plenty more room for my wrist to breathe. So hopefully that'll be looking a bit better in a few days' time. I also got an actual desk thingy. I don't know what you'd call that. A desk. You know, like this one for the Motorola, but this one for the Fitbit. So now I have a charger for on the go and one for at home. Okay, it's going to be one of those kind of slightly busy days, to say the least, because we are going to go to, well, first we're going to go to the park. Jasper's going to have a bit of a go with his new bike. And then following that, we're off to a 4-year-old's birthday party.
Go.
On the way over to the skate park, it occurred to me that it's probably a good thing that autonomous driving didn't come along sooner, because I'm not sure EVs would ever get off the ground if it did.
Get in here!
Go on! Good job, Jazzy. Uh-oh, he's heading off across the grass now. Right, come on, jump off, chicken. Well done.
I actually...
There you go, pull it back, just pull it back, leave that foot there, put that foot right on the ground, and now move the bike backwards. Backwards, there you go, you put the stand down now, haven't you? See? I think we're going to save the autonomous driving talk until later. Yeah, good, thanks. So Albie is coming. You know, this time of the year is just totally full of 4-year-olds' birthday parties, because most of the friends that we've kept up of his so far are ones that we met through NCT, so obviously everyone was giving birth within a month of each other. I love good birthday cards. It's always nice getting extra presents, isn't it, Jasper? All the kids are playing Pass the Parcel. Yeah, so I've got a minute or two of peace and quiet. Also, I've worked out why my Fitbit does not seem to sync very well. It's because I had my old HR charge still listed in the devices, and that seemed to be sort of mucking up the Bluetooth syncing somehow. Anyway, I've removed that second device that I'm not using anymore, and now it all seems perfect. That was a cool party. Now I'm going to get the monkey home so he can... Yes, he wants to open the monster truck. The Superman monster truck.
When I get home.
So you're not going to suck your fingers anymore then, right?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to show them.
You better not suck his fingers, otherwise I'll take that away. Hey Serge, where's it going? Right, pumpkin. So, what makes me think full automation in a car could lead to EVs not being a goer? Kind of a bit of a caveat here. I think the way it's actually working, the timing's going to work out perfectly. The main reason, at least why I want to stop with about the same frequency as my car wants to stop, is the fact that I have to do the driving. Even if you've got an autopilot Tesla, you're supposed to stay seated holding the steering wheel, and that's affected the design of cars. Now, if the interior design of cars was a little bit more like a first-class plane flight, then the idea of sitting in that seat for 6 solid hours wouldn't sound anything like so bad. You could write some emails, maybe watch a movie, catch some Z's, you know, lie down, have a good sleep in your fully reclining first class car seat. But that all relies on 100% autonomy in the control systems for the car, which of course we're nowhere near at the moment, which is why people tend to want to brake, you know, to stretch their legs and sort of shift positions a bit, because they can't do that when they're in the car properly, and they can't divert their attention with a couple of good movies and reading a book, let's say. I mean, I could easily get through 8 hours in a car if I could sit there and read a book. That being the case, you'd need a much longer range battery in your EV. Otherwise, you'd really feel like you were missing something, whereas at the moment, for the most part, 90–95% of the time, people think you might be missing something if you try and drive long distances in an EV, but the reality is you're really not. I mean, even when we went all the way to Italy, which was a total of about 1,000 miles, I think, each direction, I'd say at least 75% of the stops were stops that we would have wanted to make anyway. 25% of the stops probably wouldn't have, might not, I don't know. They also tended to be the shorter stops because they were the ones where I was just sort of getting a bit of extra juice so that we could make the next leg comfortably, things like that. So generally speaking, the cadence, if you like, of drive, rest, matches almost exactly what you do with the car from a drive, charge point of view. It works brilliantly. Add in some autonomy, and I definitely think a longer driving period is going to be wanted for those long journeys. Yes, you can stop, you can stretch your legs, have some bite to eat as well. I mean, of course, plenty of people will probably do that anyway, but it will become more of a selling point to have that range, you know, really more of a selling point rather than a kind of fictitious in your mind selling point. And so that's the reason why I think it's probably a good thing that petrol and diesel cars didn't go autonomous before battery technology has got to the point where it will be able to deliver 400 or 500 miles of range, which it will be able to do, I have no doubt, by the time cars are fully autonomous and it's legal to fall asleep, you know, have a couple of beers, fall asleep in the back of the car and just get whisked off to your destination. Actually, that's another good point. If the car can just drive itself fully autonomously, cars go from being a sofa with wheels, in the most extreme case, to being a bed with wheels. So you go to sleep in your car, pull down the blinds, turn the lights off, get yourself all snuggled up, you know, with some kind of restraint just in case there's an accident, although one would be less likely. And then you wake up 8–9 hours later in Italy. That would be so awesome. There are so many interesting permutations for what is possible. But when we have that full automation, there is going to be a desire to deliver serious range, you know, 500 miles. Although presumably by the time it's fully autonomous, there'll be some kind of autonomous charging system that can be incorporated as well.
Can I have water?
Yeah, of course you can have some water, Jasper.
Thanks.
My pleasure. It's a nice Superman monster truck, this one. So far, yeah, I can't believe SpaceX are launching again. It's shocking timing they've got these days. But it is dinner time and I am going to be having dinner. So I'll probably just have to watch the launch after the event, which is fine because by the time this video goes up, we'll be after the event anyway. Just another routine, reusable space flight. I mean, God. That's 15 in a row they've recovered now, I think. I hope you've enjoyed today's vlog post. If you have, remember to like it, share it and subscribe if you haven't already, and follow me on Instagram if you don't already, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next instalment of my daily vlog. Bye. You give that to Harry, Jasper. Go on, go in, quickly. Come on, quickly, go give it to Harry. Jasper, come in. No, come on, don't be silly.
Give it to me.
What are you on about?